Hello, students. Welcome to the 8th online lecture for the subject of sociology. We will continue with the second chapter of our textbook, that is Segments of Indian Society, which we started in the previous lectures. In the previous lecture, we studied about the problems of tribal community and its development efforts. Today, we will start with the second segment of Indian society, that is rural community. Let's start with the introduction to rural community. India is basically a land of villages. Rural community is agrarian in nature and it is dependent on natural resources. Rural economy rests predominantly on agriculture, animal husbandry, and allied activities. The density of population in rural area is low. The rural way of life revolves around a traditional value system. The independence and self sufficiency which Indian villages enjoyed for centuries gradually declined during the British period. It was during the British period where rural people began to get exposed to different ways of life. Sociologists started systematic studies of social organizations in Indian villages during colonial and post-independence period. These studies are significant for understanding Indian rural community. They throw light on village solidarity, village settlement patterns, rural class structure, impact of land reforms, agrarian unrest, and so on. Rural social formations such as caste, class, and family have received popular attention of sociologists. Majority of sociological literature in India belongs to the study of rural society. Let's study the definition of rural community. According to A.W. Green, rural community can be defined as a village community or rural community is a cluster of people living within a narrow territorial radius who share a common way of life. In simple words, rural community means a society of people residing in the village, which is a narrow territory and depends on agriculture and allied occupation and who shares a common way of life. The Indian rural community may be defined as a group of about 5,000 people depending on agriculture and allied occupation permanently residing in a geographical area and participating in common socio-economic and cultural activities. 68.84% of Indian population lives in rural area. There are around 6.4 lakhs villages in India having varied population strengths. Panchayati Raj. The recommendations of the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee in the 1950s led to the institutionalization of Panchayati Raj as a three-tier system of democratic functioning in villages from the grassroots level upward. The three tiers of village panchayat today includes Zilla Parishad, Panchayat Samiti, Gram Panchayat. In the old days, the village panchayat was made up of about 5 elders of the village to administer justice. The purpose of modern panchayat is administrative to promote rural construction and development. Now we will study some of the basic characteristics of rural community in India. They are: number 1, community living in villages; number 2, small size; number 3, dominance of agriculture; number 4, primary relations; number 5, social homogeneity; number 6, significance of family; number 7, status of women; number 8, religiosity; number 9, dominance of caste system. Let's study these characteristics one by one in detail. First characteristic is community living in village. The village largely satisfies the needs of its residents. Rural people are also called as villagers, farmers, rural community, or agricultural society. They have a sense of togetherness. The behavior of rural people is natural and spontaneous. They live a peaceful life. They are not ready for sudden changes. The standard of living is very simple. The development of villages is influenced considerably by the local needs. Second characteristic is small in size. Villages are comparatively smaller in size and population density. In the Indian context, a community with a population of about 5,000 is designated as a village. As we know, agriculture is their main occupation. The majority of land is used for agriculture. So, minimum land is available for settlement of rural people. Third characteristic is dominance of agriculture. Major occupation or the main occupation of rural people in village is agriculture. Almost 40% of our national income is obtained through agriculture. More than 60% of people still depends upon agriculture. However, agriculture is not the only source of income for villagers. Their income is also associated with various crafts like pottery, carpentry, smithy, basket weaving, etc. The socio-cultural life of rural people is influenced by agriculture. Fourth characteristic is primary relations. The rural community is often regarded as primary group, so it is characterized by primary relations. The relationship is informal, personal and inclusive, that is they have face to face communication. Each person knows the other and everyone is interested in welfare of all, which is why community spirit prevails over individual interest. As rural community is small in size, people frequently meet and maintains regular contacts, and this we feeling helps to build social cohesiveness. We can say that the impact of primary relation is still significant in Indian villages. Fifth characteristic is social homogeneity. Rural community is largely homogeneous. We find similarities in the ways of thinking, behaving, dressing, acting, and living. There is a tendency to conform to traditions and customs. Group feeling and mutual cooperation is evident among villagers. We also find agreement in opinions, customs, language, values, beliefs, rituals, festivals, and ceremonies. They cooperate with each other in times of emergencies. As their social and cultural background is same, there is social homogeneity in rural community. But due to political interference, the cohesiveness has been adversely affected in recent times. Sixth characteristic is significance of family. The rural community is influenced by the institution of family. The joint family was a significant pillar of village organization. They are bound by family customs and traditions. Over a period of time, this has diminished significantly. Yet, decision making has the impact of collective thinking. According to Sorokin and Zimmerman, such an agrarian society shows traits of familism. That is, the family is the unit of social responsibility. It is the basis of social norms and relationships. We can say that family controls and guides the behavior of all members. Status of the individual is mostly derived from one's family. In rural community, family is considered as a unit of production and consumption. Seventh characteristic is status of women. Women in villages continues to live under patriarchal control. The ideal of pativrata, which means conjugal fidelity of women, is strongly instilled in the minds of women and men. This was glorified in the Indian tradition to the extent that women accepted it as their inherent duty. Women had no right to education and selection of their life partner. Several restrictions were imposed on women. There was prohibition on widow remarriage. Women are expected to fulfill their traditional roles. They have predefined role that is limited to domestic work such as cooking and looking after children. There is an unstated approval for the obedient role of women. Eighth characteristic is religiosity. Faith in religious practices and rituals is a dominant feature of rural community. They have deep faith in God, religion, and in religious traditions. Each village has its own deity called Gram Devta. People of all castes normally worship it, and at least once in a year they celebrate fairs or utsav, that is festival. Additionally, people would worship their own family deities called as Kul Devta. Last characteristic is dominance of caste system. Indian village is inseparably linked with the caste system, which is hierarchical, that is, according to the notion of purity and pollution, their religious customs and practices, and the nature of their occupation. This interdependence among caste groups is seen in the practice of the Balutedari system, where traditionally upper caste people received services from the lower caste people. With this, we completed meaning, definition, and characteristic of rural community. We will study the problems of rural community and its development efforts in the next lecture. Thank you.